Hello, James Marchington here with your weekly news update from TSC. This week, Chris Packham and his chums are at it again. They've launched another attack on shooting, this time complaining about the environmental impact of releasing pheasants on shoots. Plus, we've got loads of events and competitions coming up at the Oxford Gun Company over the next few weeks, so all ages and abilities can come and enjoy some shooting over the summer holidays. All that and more coming up after this. So this is what I was doing yesterday. We had the pulse delivered to the shoot where I'm a member, and we were unloading the crates and releasing the birds into the pens. Nothing unusual in that. It's all part of the annual cycle of the shoot, and it's been going on for years. But not if Chris Packham and his anti-shooting friends have their way. Their group, the so-called Wild Justice, have announced their plan to launch another legal challenge against shooting. This one would force DEFRA to blow a ton of taxpayers' money on assessing the ecological impact of releasing pheasants and partridges. They're already well on their way to crowdfunding the £44,000 they say they need for their legal action. Wild Justice say there's up to 50 million pheasants and partridges released in the UK each year, and they claim they're worried about the effects of all those birds on things like wild plants, invertebrates, and reptiles. 50 million might sound a lot of birds, but to put that into perspective, that's less than one bird for every acre of farmland in the UK. And it's just half the number of chickens produced for meat every month, not counting the millions of free-range egg layers out there as well. If you ask me, Wild Justice are just looking to attack shooting by any means possible. Basque's Caroline Bedell said it was another extremist attack on shooting by those associated with the League Against Cruel Sports. She says they're ignoring well-documented evidence of the benefits of shooting to conservation and the wider environment. She adds that the Code of Good Shooting Practice sets out a framework for sustainable shooting, and there's already plenty of research by the Game and Wildlife Conservation Trust that shows the benefits of shooting. Apart from anything else, shoots maintain 25,000 hectares of cover crops, which provide important sources of food and shelter for songbirds, particularly during the winter. They also manage 500,000 hectares of woodland and 100,000 hectares of copses for the benefit of the environment. That hasn't stopped Chris Packham rubbishing the GWCT's science on Twitter, but he scored a bit of an own goal with this one. He tweeted,
"More cherry-picking fake news from half-assed science paid for by shooters,"
only to discover that the science he was smearing was part funded and directed by the RSPB, of which he is vice president. So we'll have to wait and see where this one goes. Wild Justice will soon reach their target and launch their legal challenge. Basque have instructed their lawyers to make sure they're registered as an interested party if the legal challenge comes to court. They've also been briefing politicians and received assurances from the government that the challenge will be robustly defended. Meanwhile, all this is a reminder that if you've an interest in game shooting, you certainly need to be a member of Basque, and you really ought to be supporting the GWCT and their scientific research too. Take a look at this short video by gamekeeper Ed Coles, explaining just some of the ways that the GWCT's research helps shoots to benefit the environment. I'll put a link in the description below, and there's a link there so you can look at joining Basque and the GWCT too. Now the summer holidays are here, so it's time to get out and do some shooting. There's loads going on at the Oxford Gun Company over the next few weeks, whether you're an experienced shot or a complete beginner. Just now the Game Bird Challenge is underway, sponsored by Olivia Tulloch Clothing. That's a 100-bird course of game-themed targets, including a driven sequence and this walk-up. Check out our video from last week to see stuntwoman Amanda Foster shooting that one. The Game Bird Challenge is on for another week, finishing on Wednesday the 31st of July, so don't hang around if you want to shoot it. You'll need to book a slot, so call the shop on 01844 238 308. Straight after that, we're into August, and that's Browning Month, which is celebrating its 15th year at the Oxford Gun Company. The Browning August Challenge runs from the 3rd to the 31st, with 2 Browning 525 shotguns to be won on the 100 sporting competition. You don't even need to shoot it with a Browning gun, and there are prizes in open, juniors, and ladies categories. There's also the hugely popular Browning Rabbit Mania running throughout the month. That one you do have to shoot with a Browning, but there are loan guns available if you want. For details, call the shop or see the website oxfordguncompany.co.uk. There's plenty on offer for youngsters during the school holidays at the Oxford Gun Company too. Each Tuesday in August they've got a Young Shots Instruction Day. It's a brilliant way for young people to get started in shooting, with a full day's instruction that covers all aspects of safety and shooting technique. You don't need your own gun or even a license. All the equipment is provided, along with refreshments, all included in the price. To find out more or to book a place, call 01844 238 308. Another great idea for the holidays is a Junior Activity Day, with a morning or afternoon session of expert instruction on archery, air rifles, and slingshots. They're on every Wednesday in August and are suitable for ages of 10 upwards. As always, phone the shop for details or to book a place. Now it's time for my weekly pick of the latest shooting videos on YouTube. It's always great to see non-shooters trying the sport and loving it, and that's what you get with this video from vlogger Joey Fernando. He went with a family group to Southdown and had a brilliant day shooting for the first time. To watch it, click on the link in the description below. Finally, don't forget we've got the Oxford Festival of Shooting coming up in September, and the Oxford Gun Company have teamed up with Jack FM to promote their countryside day out across Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire and Gloucestershire. With shooting under attack from all directions, it's good to see an event reaching out to the general public, so they can come and see what shooting's really all about. The festival's on the 7th of September, and it's a great day out for the whole family, with trade stands, have a go on clays, air guns, archery and axe throwing, plus gun dogs, country clothing, refreshments and loads more. That day also sees the return of the TSC series, with the next qualifier in the series that leads up to the grand final, when one girl and one boy will each win an MG car. Make a note of the festival in your diary. That's Saturday the 7th of September. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget we've got another video out this Thursday. Doug Florent is back with a fascinating look at the development of guns, from flintlocks through percussion guns to the modern breech loader. Do please give us a thumbs up if you've liked this video, and make sure to subscribe to keep up to date. And please support our sponsors when you're shopping for anything from a gun or cartridges to new tyres or even a car. They're supporting our sport and they deserve our support in return. See you Thursday.